I gotta tell you, man, like Christmas can work two ways for you. It can either be one of the worst holidays of the season. I mean, the worst holidays of the year, or the best holiday in the year. I swear, they're working me to death. God Almighty. But what it do, YouTube? It's that time of week again. This week we got Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football against the New York Giants. They are coming up, and we are playing in those retro 1966 Miami Dolphins jerseys. Too bad it ain't the orange ones. They really need to make a Nike orange uniform for the Miami Dolphins. Those jerseys was tight. But kicking it off, we're gonna start with the recap from last week. We ended up playing the Baltimore Ravens last week. It was a sloppy win. We won 15-14. It was sloppy, but hey, it's the NFL. I'll take a win any way I can get it. But like always, I gotta go over the playoff picture to make sure that y'all know that the Miami Dolphins are still in the playoff hunt, and it's looking pretty good for us. It's really looking pretty good, even though like it's all scrambled all over the place. It's literally just scrambled all over the place. But right now in the AFC, the Bengals, Broncos, and Patriots are all sitting at 10-2, leading their divisions. And basically, it's a three-way tie between the three, fighting for the two first-round buys. The Colts are sitting at 6-6, with basically they almost have the AFC South locked up. Basically, the Chiefs and the Jets, they are currently in the two wild card spots, and on the outside in the hunt, we have the Steelers sitting at 7-5, the Bills sitting at 6-6, and the Texans sitting at 6-6. With the Raiders and us, of course, the Dolphins sitting at 5-7. Now, the Houston and Indianapolis are both even in their division. So, if the Texans actually do decide they want to take the lead, that will bump the Indianapolis Colts down in the hunt, and that will put them ahead of the Raiders and the Dolphins. Now, there we go. Like we just gotta win out. Basically, that's just how it is, and just let everything else play out the way it is. We just gotta win out. It's as simple as that. We have to win out. The Pro Bowl, so far the Pro Bowl is looking pretty good for the Miami Dolphins. It's basically expected that, of course, Mike Pouncey gets in there for respect. Honestly, I didn't think. Well, the ballots are not closed yet, but they're four of the five players are sitting in basically fifth place on the ballot. So they're basically a locked in pick for the Pro Bowl. But Mike Pouncey, I didn't really expect him to make the Pro Bowl, because honestly he hasn't played well, in my opinion. Well, he hasn't played great. Well, Pro Bowl caliber. Let's put it that way. Hasn't played Pro Bowl caliber, in my opinion, to make the Pro Bowl. I think there's probably like 10 other centers off the top of my head that I think that deserves to go to the Pro Bowl more than Mike Pouncey. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm not a biased Dolphins fan, okay? I'm extremely critical on my Dolphins. So when I say that they have not played well, I mean it. I really mean it. Jarvis Landry, he's sitting at the kick returner and punt return specialist spot. Let's put it that way. Return specialist spot. He's sitting there at fifth place. Ndamukong Suh is in the top five. He deserves it. I really think he deserves it. Rashad Jones most definitely deserves to go to the Pro Bowl. He's playing like the best. Well, he's not playing like the best safety. Well, he is playing like the best safety in the league, and is the best safety in the league. I don't know why everybody's saying is playing like the best safety. He is the best safety, hands down. Other than that, we have Matt Darr. He's sitting at, I think, 10th place as far as punters. I think he's second place in average punt per punt. Average yards per punt. That's how it goes. Average yards per punt. But a couple of things I want to go over before we hop into the preview part of it. Number one was the fact that Jarvis Landry, after the 15-14 win against the Baltimore Ravens, well, during the game he was upset about his his offensive plays. He wasn't getting the ball enough. Now, if I put my 2 cents into it, honestly, I really think Jarvis has been in the injury report for the past 4 or 5 weeks for a knee injury. It's understandable that the Miami Dolphins want to take the workload off of Jarvis Landry. It's okay for that. Jarvis Landry I feel like he just needs to pipe down and understands the fact that, hey, they're looking out for him. They don't want him to risk anything worse with that injury, honestly. So as far as that is, well, I just put in 4 cents right there. Might as well ask for a nickel. So with that said, Jarvis Landry just needs to pipe down and, like, just chill out. Just chill out. Like, they're looking out for you, looking out for your career. And Zach Taylor's the new offensive coordinator. They're trying to establish the running game, so you need to chill out and let Zach Taylor do his job. That's what he's brought in to do, be the offensive coordinator. Let him do his job. Now, as far as the lack of production from Tannehill's standpoint, you could look at this 2 different ways. You really could look at this 2 different ways. Like Dan Campbell addressed it after the game, was the fact that they really wanted to establish the running game. Zach Taylor really wanted to establish the running game. So you could look at it that way, or you could just look at the fact that Tannehill just didn't have any chemistry with the wide receivers that were out there. I don't understand why Jordan Cameron's not getting the ball enough, or getting the ball at all. Well, it's a little bit of him not getting the ball and a little bit of him just not catching the ball. I just really think that he just needs to get the ball early and often, there he can get himself going. Devontae Parker, he was starting for the first time, so honestly, I don't think Tannehill and Devontae Parker were on the same page, but they should be on the same page this week. And like I said, Jarvis Landry didn't get enough throws his way, so that could be a big part. Jarvis Landry's his boy. That's basically his main target on the offense right now. Is Jarvis Landry. So if he's not getting the ball to Jarvis Landry, the whole chemistry's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. So with all that being said, we're just gonna jump into the preview part. Like I said, we're going to play the New York Giants, and their quarterback, of course, he needs no introduction, Eli Manning. Honestly, it's about that time. It is about that time for Eli Manning to show that bad Eli. Y'all Giants fans know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That bad Eli when he throws 5 interceptions. It's about that time. He hasn't had it. He hasn't had that game yet. It happens every year. He always has that one game where he's fucking terrible, doesn't deserve to be a damn starter, period. So I believe it could be this week. I really believe it could be this week. Like, we're going to bring the pressure like always. Like, Derek Shelby is having an outstanding year right now as far as filling in for Cameron Wake. Didn't really expect him to break out like that. Olivier Vernon, like I said, he's in a contract year. He's playing like he wants that contract. And Ndamukong Suh, man's making his money. Man is making his money. Odell Beckham Jr. What can I say about Odell Beckham Jr.? Like, it's the fact that we're just going to have to contain him. Like, last week I said that basically it gives Brent Grimes opportunity to basically get his confidence back playing against the Baltimore Ravens, against their terrible receivers. He kind of got worked on again last week, but the turf last week, as far as the Miami Dolphins field, was pretty terrible. Like, it was hard to make cuts and go into breaks. So I won't exactly blame Brent Grimes for his play last week. But at the same time, he's playing up against Odell Beckham, so he has a big, huge assignment because Odell Beckham likes to move around in the offense slot, outside, backfield, all over the place, just like Jarvis Landry. So he's got to bring his A game against Odell Beckham Jr. Now, as far as offense goes, we need to continue our running success. Like, Jason Pierre-Paul. He's not exactly at 100% yet. He is still trying to find his way back to being that top right defensive end in the league. So with that said, we need to continue this. We need to continue this running success. I know they want to stick with the running game. I like what they're doing, sticking with the running game, because there's no offense in the NFL. No offense in the NFL is going to be successful except if you're fucking Tom Brady. Except if you're Tom Brady. Or Peyton Manning. Well, I don't know about Peyton Manning now because he ain't starting no more. But if you ain't Tom Brady, you ain't gonna have a successful offense if you ain't got a successful running game. Period. That's just how it is. So continue that running game with Jay Ajayi and Lamar Miller, and we should be good to go. They already said when Lamar Miller carries the ball over 20 times, we're undefeated. So stats right there on the paper. We just gotta execute and establish that part of it. Ryan Tannehill. Like I said, he had a bad game last week. Had an extremely bad game last week. I just really feel that it's the fact that he's just got to get used to Zach Taylor's offense. He wanted to establish the running game last week. The fact that he wasn't throwing the ball to Jarvis Landry last week that much was really taking a toll. Like Tannehill I feel like he just has to warm himself up. Get him some short passes first, and then let him work his way down the field. Just let him work his way down the field. Let him get his arm warmed up. That's how it is. Just let him get his mechanics right. Devontae Parker's emergence. It's an excellent dynamic to the Miami Dolphins. Like last week's touchdown against the Ravens, it really, you don't know how good it feels to be, as a Miami Dolphins fan, to see him go up like that and take the ball out of the air. We have not seen that for a long time. We are desperate for that. And that's what Devontae Parker is bringing to us. Like just going up and snatching the ball, going up to the highest point. That is what we missed, and that's what we need. What we need, especially for Ryan Tannehill, as erratic as he is sometimes, we really need that. Big game out of Jarvis Landry. I already know he's going to bring it. He's going up against his best friend. I was listening to the Fensiders yesterday. And Odell said that basically he FaceTimes him every day. Kind of find that kind of gay, but hey, what can I say? That's not me. But yeah. Quote of like this is gonna be a famous quote one day. It's gonna be my quote. Put my name under it. Competition always leads to greater effort. Always leads up to greater effort. So with that said, Jarvis Landry's going up against his boy Odell Beckham. So he's gonna want to show out. He's gonna want to show out to play better than him. Period. Going up against his boy. That's how it is. But final score, like I said, it's about that time for that Eli bad game. That bad Eli. That 5 interception bad Eli. So, you know what? I'm going to go 31-17 Miami Dolphins at home in the retro 1960 jerseys. We win. Y'all like, damn, this guy picks the Dolphins every week. You're damn right I pick the Dolphins every week. Every week. But all that being said, also before I let y'all go, just want to put that out there. Like, y'all got to send me them gamer tags so we can play some online games. So we can post some videos up on Mondays. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all that for now until forever. So hey, there you go. Any comment? If you got any comments on the game or upcoming games, I will discuss that shit. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is Great One DeVore. I'm up out of here. That was a nice little throw. Matt Schaub. Ross all alone. What a throw, Matt Schaub. Give yourself a pat on the back. You put that on the money. Wasn't an overthrow. That's what I'm